Greetings, and welcome back to Rose of Winter. And we left off with Tyrone, uh, freaking out like we were made of holy water, and demons hate the holy water. I've watched too much Supernatural, and I'm just going off track here. He is like, oh hell nah, because he sniffed our hair. Rosemary says he's got nice fingers. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. We keep walking. Tyrone is shivering again, but he won't slow down. I'm not sure what happened back there. I can still feel the sting of his claws on my skin. To my surprise, Tyrone is the one who breaks the silence. I am sorry if my behavior is confusing. You should know that you haven't done anything wrong. What was that all about anyway? I take it you don't know much about dragons. Huh? Why is he bringing that up? I guess not. I just know the old stories, the ones they tell you when you're a kid. But those fairy tales are mostly made up, aren't they? Dragons capturing maidens and devouring villagers. You guys aren't like that in real life. I wasn't sure if I should ask about it though. Why not? Are you frightened of me? Am I? I hadn't thought about that, not in any serious way. He's so frail and fragile. I can't see him as some monstrous beast. But then, once or twice, I've caught a glimpse of something strange inside him. And when I start really thinking about his true nature, I feel dizzy, like I'm looking into a well and I can't see the bottom. I don't like it. Tyrone chuckles darkly, and I realize I haven't said anything out loud yet. You're taking a long time. Is it such a hard question to answer? I'm not sure how I feel exactly. Tell me this, then. Which dragon stories do you know? What? The stuff for kids? Come on, you don't want to hear that. I certainly do. The human perspective can be illuminating. Oh, well, in that case, the one I know best is the story of Camellia. You've probably heard that one, right? It's famous. Camellia. Please, refresh my memory. I am old and these things run away from me over the years. I feel silly telling bedtime stories, but hey, you asked for it. Let's see, Camellia and the dragon. She was this woman, the most beautiful in her village, right? She could have married any man, but instead she was wooed by a terrifying dragon. No offense. Not taken. I love the brief intermission there. The dragon promised her eternal love, and riches and glory beyond what anyone in the poor village could ever hope to give her. So Camellia fell in love with this dragon, who was named White Heat, and chose him out of all of her suitors. The dragon flew her away from the village, promising her safety in his mountain lair. But once they got there, he devoured her, and she was never seen again. Oh, I quickly cut myself off. Why was I so blunt about the devouring part? That must be, like, super rude. But Tyrone says nothing. He's not even looking at me. So I guess the point is don't pick a guy just because he promises you lots of material things? But I always thought that was sad. Did she deserve to die? Just for wanting a better life? On the other hand, maybe that's just what really happens? People getting deceived by their lovers and stuff like that? I don't know much about relationships, so. You may be overthinking the story's moral. It sounds to me like a simple warning. Stay away from dragons. Tyrone turns to stare right into me. His face is passive, but something in his eyes puts me on edge. I'm flustered, but I won't shy away. I stare right back without flinching. I don't know. You're a dragon and you're nice enough to me. You are very polite. But what if that story is true? What if I told you I was the dragon, Camellia was my lover? The lover I betrayed and devoured? Would you still think me so nice? What? No, that can't be true. You're just kidding around with me, right? I do not kid around. I am many centuries old. The story of Camellia and the dragon has endured. Where other tales were forgotten, it must have a certain resonance. But But everyone knows it's just a made-up fairy tale. Is that so? Tell me, what was the dragon's name again? Wait, he. And what does Tyrone mean in the southern language? I only studied a little bit when I was a girl. I know Tyr means white and... Oh. So you see, I am called Tyrone in the south. There are many words for what I am, but I like that name best. I am called Prince because my mother is called Queen, although we dragons have no such titles for ourselves. But dragons being monsters and eating people, that's just a fairy tale thing. Or at least, real dragons only did that a long time ago, and now we all live together peacefully. That's the whole reason you're going to Starlight City, isn't it? To keep the peace between dragons and humans? You're right. And it was a long time ago that I knew Camellia. A different time, more wild and, in many ways, more honest. It's true that we no longer eat humans, yet we all remember how you taste. Who could forget? For a dragon, human meat is by far the most delicious, nearly irresistible. And I knew, just from her smell, that Camellia would taste better than any other. She was a human worth savoring. You smell very much like her, Rosemary. I feel very cold inside, not because of the snow. Our truce with humans has let us live in peace for many years, until now. I haven't yet told you the true purpose of our conference, Rosemary. It is to address the breaking of that truce by one of my kin. A dragon has been eating humans, very many of them. A dragon's occasional slip-up can be overlooked. This is becoming a crisis for your people, and he is unrepentant. But why would he do that? I can't pretend I don't understand his actions. It's why I've chosen to stay isolated from them for so many years. The mere smell can be overwhelming. Jesus. This spit going down... Jeez. All I did was inhale and the spit hit the back of my throat, and I'm just like trying not to choke to death. He looks right at me as he says this. I take a few steps back. As a result of this dragon's actions, our peace agreement may be dismantled. If that happens, our future is uncertain. Even the stars don't seem to know. But you're not like that. You've chosen not to eat humans, so why are you even telling me this? Are you trying to scare me? Even though they are set in that lovely, delicate face, Tyrone's eyes are sharp and fierce. For the first time, I understand fully that I am talking to something ancient, wild, and dangerous. I simply want to know, Rosemary. Do you think I'm telling the truth? Do you believe that I devoured Camellia? I think he did, because he's like... He says that his kind remembers the taste of human flesh, and also needs to get the good ending, because this is an all good ending run. I'm not doing the sad ending, so I'll feel like crying. Yes, this will sound silly, but when I look into your eyes, I see something I don't understand. It's like you live in a different world, a crueler world with strange rules. So yes, I think the story is true. That doesn't sound silly at all. You're a very perceptive young woman. A chill runs down my spine. My intention is not to frighten you, Rosemary, but you deserve to know what kind of creature you travel with. Let's just stop talking about it for now, alright? Okay? We still have a long way to go. He says nothing more, which is fine by me. We keep walking. Tyrone's weak form shivers in the cold, and he holds onto my shoulder for balance. His touch is so soft and light, and I can barely feel it. I'm happy to keep him steady. He looks so vulnerable now. It's hard to remember how he made me feel so cold inside. As we walk, I do my best to push those dark thoughts out of my mind. He could really have the soul of a monster. I never had to wonder about things like this back on the farm. All I wanted was to be a knight and fight stuff with my sword and not worry about anything. A little while later, we make camp in a cave for the night. We've made good progress so far. It shouldn't take more than another day to get to the city. Tyron seems exhausted, much more than I would have expected after only a day of travel. His body is shaking again, worse than before. Tyron, I'm going to make some barley tea. Would you like some, or are you hungry for dinner? I do not need to eat, but I will have some tea. It's kind of scary how worn out he is, but I decide not to mention it. Instead, I pour us some tea and we drink it together. We're silent for a while. I watch him, trying to guess what he's thinking. He was staring at me. I'm sorry, I can't help but wonder. Are you not hungry because you ate something else? Ha! I had a large meal of fish before leaving the city. I didn't mean to imply anything else. My apologies if you were on edge. Sorry, it's hard not to think about it is all. So, do you mostly eat fish then? Yes, they are very large where I live. I like to have deer sometimes when I can get them. I live alone on a rocky island in the sea. It is much warmer there than here. I feel myself relax. It's nice to talk normally again. Sounds like a nice place. I bet it's pretty. You might think so. Camellia certainly did. Camellia, huh? Well, let's change the subject. What kind of stuff do you do during the day, besides, like, feel the magic of the stars and whatnot? Dragon-y stuff? Like counting your gold pile or something? Oh, yes, of course. I also kidnap a lot of innocent virgins, so you'd better watch yourself, Rosemary. What? Who said I was... Shut up! Ha, there you are, my attempt at joking around. Is it funny? Yeah, hilarious. No, I don't have a hoard of treasure. I mostly spend my time thinking, remembering. Remembering what? Things that were important to me, or even things that weren't. 2 stags I saw fighting in a forest. A tree felled by lightning. If it happened, if it was real, I remember it. My memory goes back a long time. I don't need much more than that. Were you really alive before any humans? You said you were born with the stars or something like that. Dragons themselves have existed since the very beginning. I myself am only about 1,000 years old. Yet in dreams I see the dawn of time, or flashes of my mother's life before me. I wonder if we all don't share the same memory, reaching back to the very first of us. To be honest, it sounds kind of lonely. Huh, that's just the kind of thing Camellia would say. You know, Rosemary, I thought you were angry at me after what we spoke of before. No, not angry, just kind of confused. If dragons really love to eat humans so much, is it even safe for me to be here with you? I really wasn't trying to frighten you, believe it or not. I like you. That's why I want to make sure you're safe, and you'll be safer with a full understanding of the situation. Do humans really taste that good to you? It's strange. I remember a time before I had ever seen a human, yet when I am weak and cold I take this form, which looks like a human, or near enough. Has this face lain dormant inside me, even before I would have been able to recognize it, or have our encounters with humans caused us to mimic your form? It's weird to me that you, of all people, don't have any answers to these questions. Oh, I don't pretend to understand ancient magic, I just live by it, and try to give it some thought now and again. You humans are magnetic, or invasive to put it another way. We dragons have existed before everything, yet humans have had a profound effect on us, more than any other creature in this world. You mean, like, because of how we taste to you? And that's where I'm gonna end it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys, stay kawaii, and have fun out there.